There's been a lot of changes. I thought we would talk about it. With a certain Quick Stop Entertainment, which is no longer Quick Stop Entertainment.
No longer funded by Kevin Smith.
Yeah. What I'm wondering is, who is this Fred, and what can Fred do for us?
I don't know. It's something that Plume must have cooked up some way, somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll garner the same recognition as Quick Stop. You know, it's not exactly a name.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope it does.
You know, one thing that I noticed is that their some parts of their menu have not been corrected yet.
Right. Well, I think they only made the change on the 1st, so probably still in the process of cleaning everything up, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, I wish them many good things. You know.
I as well.
Hopefully this change is for the better.
Change is usually good. Yeah. Hopefully this one is.
Yeah, you know, all that good stuff. So let's get right down to business here. There was a certain thing going on that got people's attention. I want your views on this.
All right.
The war between a certain WWE and TNA.
Oh yes. Had many talks about this with many friends in my circle.
So let me get this straight. A bunch of old wrestlers decided we're gonna jump ship, or we're gonna sway to the left or sway to the right, and we're gonna team up with these guys and see what happens.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, TNA's been around since about 2002, I believe, and they really haven't found their, like, they're obviously the only other television product out there, but they haven't really found their ground yet. And the woman who runs TNA by the name of Dixie Carter, she's been talking to Hulk Hogan. You know, he's the biggest name in wrestling today, or, you know, in general.
Oh, yeah.
And basically they came to an agreement where he would come in and, you know, revolutionize the product, I guess you could call it.
Now, I gotta wonder. Now, this guy, he's been going through a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know how focused he's gonna be to try to bring a company to the next level.
Yeah. Well, that's what everyone's saying, you know. Him and Eric Bischoff from WCW are both in TNA now. And the thought going in when they first announced that they were coming in, a lot of people were worried, you know, that this is going to be a repeat of WCW, where the end result would be they would kill TNA. You know, it's only the first week and nothing's happened yet, but, you know, people still have their suspicions.
Yeah, I gotta think that when you're coming from a company that things didn't necessarily end off in the best way, you're gonna have that following you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, all right, I can understand that they wanna do something cool to get more ratings,
right,
make their show more popular.
Yeah.
But just bringing back all these old guys, it's like, you know, what's so great about that? I mean, it's just people that everyone knows. They're just in another place now.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess the allure to it is the fact that you haven't seen these guys in a while. I mean, trying to think who showed up Monday night. I mean, you saw essentially what was the return of the NWO. They've been teasing that for a while. So there's a few guys from there, you know, like Scott Hall and X-Pac. You haven't seen them in a long time. And then they kind of mix that in with guys that you haven't seen from, like, the last year or so from WWE, like Jeff Hardy and Val Venus. So they're trying to mix it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's talks of a lot of the I wouldn't say new, but new-ish. I guess there's a lot of talk of bringing in Rob Van Dam and a gentleman by the name of Mr. Kennedy. I guess he would be Mr. Anderson at this point, Ken Anderson. And trying to, I guess, poach a lot of guys from WWE who are unhappy there.
Well, I'll say this: it does give them more options.
Yeah.
I mean, with having just one main company, you run with the problem of, okay, are they trying to monopolize what's left?
I have to be honest, as of late, WWE hasn't really been that great. I mean, I would say at least probably since the Monday Night Wars originally ended. I mean, that's when it started going downhill. They played off the whole Vince McMahon bought WCW, but then they played it off as, well, Shane McMahon bought it, and he's gonna compete against Vince, and they started that whole invasion angle, which quickly went downhill.
Well, one thing with this form of entertainment is that they definitely have their ups, and when it's good, and also when it's bad, it's really bad.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, are you familiar with the oh jeez, what the hell was that guy's name? The Shockmaster incident?
Oh my god, yes. I actually watched that for the millionth time the other day recently. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, to say the least. I mean, I don't know. Once you go through an experience like that, I don't think you can live that down. That basically follows your career.
Yeah, well, fortunately, that guy had a decent career in WWE. He was Tugboat, and then he was Typhoon with Earthquake and the Natural Disasters. They were the tag team champions. So
I just wonder, like, what was the meeting when he first came to was it the WCW back then?
Yeah, that was WCW.
Right.
The video I was watching was actually from WWE's on-demand service. They have a on-demand where you can watch like old footage of stuff, and they had like this roundtable discussion of the worst gimmicks in wrestling. And Dusty Rhodes was.
That must have been epic.
Oh yeah, Dusty Rhodes was actually the one who came up with the Shockmaster, and he was going to be this big force to be reckoned with. Something. He was going to be like, I guess their good guy version of Vader or something like that. And Dusty's telling the story of how originally he was supposed to bust through this wall, and apparently what happened was one of the other people in charge of WCW told them to add more plywood to the wall, and the Shockmaster, that's eventually when the Shockmaster ended up tripping over the board, falling through the wall and losing his mask.
Yeah. Way to keep your identity, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is somewhat turned into a wrestling cast for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
A rather interesting choice for the first Supercast of the new year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, definitely, Centroid, it was nice to talk to you.
Good talking to you, too.
And, I hope your New Year's was very well.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was pretty decent, all things considered.
All right. Do you have anything interesting that you want to plug before we head on out?
Well, I mean, I guess people know about the Swimcast at this point. The thing I could plug that we have now on Adult Swim Central, we have a gentleman by the name of Jermaine Fowler. He does a mini podcast every week called Mass Destructo. He's a comedian in New York.
Okay.
Pretty funny guy. It's good stuff.
All right. Well, I think that's a wrap. We're out of here.
Right. Later.
Take care, everyone.